What? My fucking phone. Yay!
So I'm just gonna say, let's go until we get some fucking music going.
Never mind. Here we go.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy. Welcome back to the Ovatyme Sports Show. Yeah, I know it's been a minute. This motherfucker trying to do schedule here. I'm Hollywood JT Blizzak. What is good, my dude?
What is good, my man? You know how we do. Schedule changed just a tad bit. However, we still need to keep it popping, still need to keep it rolling. I know Big Sin has been coming at you with the video game plays, which is...
I haven't been doing shit. Dude, honestly, I haven't been doing shit.
Why? What happened?
Just shit work, man. My schedule's been bouncing around because I've been taking care of shit.
Did you finish your Far Cry, right? I saw you finish up.
Yeah. Finished up Far Cry finally.
Okay. We still got some things on deck. A few video games coming out still, so hopefully we'll get that
Friday.
on.
I'll start Detroit Become Human streams.
Yes, I barely have scratched the surface on Warmind, so I have yet to. I mean, I played it with one character. I think I'm going to do a full stream from beginning to end with it, so we'll see.
But anyway, we're not here to talk about games. We are here to talk about a little bit of sports.
Yeah,
on the top of that man's head right there, that little Vegas Golden Knights action in Winnipeg. The Winnipeg Jets 2-1. Their ticket to become the first team in NHL. Fuck, it could be sports to be an expansion team and make it to the finals of their respective sport. So the Vegas Golden Knights are going to win the Stanley Cup. I'm calling it right now.
Bruh, let me tell you something, right? When I saw that final score, you could tell that these cats were motivated. You could tell that they wanted this more than Winnipeg did, especially after they stole the one in Game 2. After we stole Game 2 from Winnipeg, like we bitch slapped them around and everything else. Bruh, I was like, this is a team of destiny right here. And then, of course, they won the 2 in Vegas as we knew that was going to happen. And then they stole another one from Winnipeg. You could tell that these Vegas Golden Knights...
They outplayed, they outskated, they dominated Winnipeg. Yes, the score was 2-1, but if you actually watch the game, that was all VGK all day on that one.
All fucking day, man. I'm telling you. They did what they did best. Their lines, they're deeper than any other team in the NHL right now. And they're just coming in and they're playing excellent deep hockey. While other players have their star players on the bench, they still have capable players in their second lineup, third lineup, fourth lineup, ready to knock shit out.
Well, they talked about it yesterday during the game. They said when they practice, they don't go in to practice like, oh, I'm not on the starting line, I'm on line 3. Okay, that means I can take it easy. No. Gerard Gallant, much like my coach, Bill Belichick, says all the time, if you're not practicing to be a starter, you're not supposed to be on this team.
Exactly. And the key with Vegas is that every single lineup is important. Every single lineup serves a purpose. And guarantee you that their second and third and fourth lineup is better than the majority of all the NHL teams. And significantly, their third and fourth lineup is better than any NHL team that in there right now.
See, what makes this team also different is that their defensemen are not afraid to take the puck down the fucking ice and score and shoot the puck. Their defensemen are as offensively aggressive as the captain and the right and left wings are.
Mm-hmm. Man, Gerard Gallant has these dudes playing inspired hockey. I'm telling you, because all these, the thing with the coach and the players, they all have the one thing in common. They're cast-offs because they were told that they weren't good enough. Remember, Gerard Gallant got Carolina to the playoffs, 2-3 years in a row?
Yeah, because you got to remember, he started their franchise as their expansion when they were the expansion team. Mm-hmm. Took them to the playoffs 4 years in a row and got fired after that fourth year because he couldn't get to the Stanley Cup.
Yep, he was cast off. The players, and anybody wants to talk about protected players and shit like that, well, they should have protected better players or protected them.
Well, let's talk about the main catalyst in this whole situation. That is the Vegas Andre Fleury.
Yeah.
This motherfucker sitting there like, we thought he was done.
Yeah. But you put that motivation in somebody and tell them that, hey, we don't want you anymore. Like, because that's literally, that's to me what it feels like. You were in an expansion draft, right? Like you said, these are your protected players, and these are the players that we can't protect. If you're an unprotected player and you were in a franchise forever, that means basically that they're willing to risk you to the point that they don't want you anymore. Because there is the legitimate risk that you could have been drafted by the expansion team, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the whole reason for the expansion draft. There's a legitimate risk that you will be drafted and you won't be with that team anymore. So you have to think to yourself, there's players on that team that ain't shit that were protected in the expansion draft. And they probably was like, well, shit, I wish I would have gave up this player instead of maybe my third or fourth best player in the team. And
let's talk about the man who scored the winning goal yesterday, Mr. Ryan Reeves.
Yep.
He is a native of Winnipeg, Canada. Mm-hmm. He said after he was a little irritated because his own family, his cousins, were at the game yesterday wearing Winnipeg Jets jerseys. And when he scored that game-winning goal, he went over and slapped the glass right in front of them. So this team has a severe chip on their shoulder, and they work better than any other team that I have seen play hockey in a long time.
Yeah.
In a short period of time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's impressive, to say the least, right? I mean,
if you look at their playoff success, they come out and they score quick. They score first within the first 5 minutes of the game. Mm-hmm. Which is not something that is really known in hockey.
Well, that's the thing. So here's what the VGK recipe is. They score quick. Within the first 5-10 minutes of the game, they score, right? Usually around the time after 10 minutes, you're switching up lineups because niggas is tired. Then you're switching up your lineup again, and they're still playing great defense this whole time. So by the time you get to lineup 3, lineup 4, which is your worst lineup 3 and lineup 4 is arguably some of the best players on their team. You're still out, still out, man. Still outgunned. And then they end up scoring on you again, which is exactly what happened at the end of the second period, third period?
Yeah, because Winnipeg tied it up in the first with a beautiful shot by Russell. Mm-hmm. I mean, a fucking one-timer that was just a fireball right over Fleury's shoulder. Mm-hmm. And the second, it was in the second part of the first period, Winnipeg outplayed VGK. Mm-hmm. But what ended up happening is Winnipeg ended up trying to play so hard with their lineups and keeping their top players in, they got tired. And you can see it on the ice. Whereas VGK has this constant flow of good, not great, but good talent coming on and off the ice. It's going to be hard for any team to handle.
Yep. And that was the key. And that's always been their key. They do that. They've been doing that the entire year. And Obviously, it works. They won 50 some games. It works.
Yeah, they were first place. They're first place in the Pacific Division. Winnipeg. It's because they finished like 1 point ahead of them.
Yep.
But because in hockey we know records don't matter. It's all about the points.
Yep. Exactly.
But VGK, man, they are headed to the Stanley Cup Finals. Congrats, Marc-Andre Fleury, for shoving it right up Pittsburgh's asses after they kicked you out because the other goalie had a flash in the past season.
Let me ask you a question, sir.
Yeah.
So I know you're in Vegas. What has the environment been like ever since? I can't say it's the first round because nobody really knew how the first round was going to go. So ever since the second round against the Sharks, how's the environment have been in Las Vegas regarding hockey over there?
Dude, you can't go anywhere without seeing a piece of Golden Knights memorabilia. Anywhere. I mean, shit, you know where I work.
Yep.
Half the people at work are wearing Golden Knight jerseys or hats. You know, it's one of those things that, and I'm sure you see my Facebook post the other day. I have a lot of friends who are Raider fans. And Raider fans talk about, oh, Vegas ain't going to back the Raiders, da-da-da-da-da. I'm not going to because, of course, I'm a New England fan.
Yeah.
But I get if you look at what the Golden Knights have put here in Vegas, the fan support they have when they are at the T-Mobile Arena, this is fucking hockey. They are selling people.
Yeah.
For hockey.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think they're going to do for an NFL?
So,
and before we jump the shark, the Las Vegas Aces, the WNBA team, I guarantee you that stadium is going to be packed because that's another professional sport coming into town.
Yeah, I believe it.
And that's WNBA. If we sell out WNBA, you NFL fuckers better just shut the fuck up because you know the stadium's going to be packed.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, people don't realize that Vegas is a lot of there's a lot of transplants from other cities, but there's a lot of transplants from California because of the housing market. I mean, it's too expensive to live in California. You got a lot of people from Oakland. You got former LA Raiders fans, old gang members and shit like that were Raiders fans, diehard Raiders fans. They're coming. So, I mean, I don't see where I know people have the notion that Vegas is not going to support them like bullshit. Dude, the hood going to support them because the hood was LA. They were LA Raiders fans, and then they were Oakland Raiders fans. The former gang members, reform niggas and shit. We got it.
The one thing people need to realize about Vegas is we've never had this before.
That's right.
And with that being said, that means we are more than likely to have sellouts here and have a great home field advantage due to the fact that we have never had it before.
Yep.
T-Mobile is the hardest place for NHL teams to come into and play.
Yeah.
Because the crowd is always raucous. It's loud. Fucking fans pack that parking lot to watch it on the TV because the inside it's sold out.
Yep.
It's going to be the same for the NFL.
Yep. I can't wait. I'm really hoping the Lightning and the Caps are 2-2, right?
No, it's 3-2.
3-2.
The Caps won the first two. The Tampa Bay won the last three. If Tampa Bay wins tonight, it's over. If the Caps win, then they go to Game 7. And what did I say? I told you the Caps always find a way to choke in the biggest moments. So
yeah. I'm really hoping Tampa Bay wins because I might be able to catch a freaking Golden Knights game down here because Tampa's just literally an hour away. I might be able to slide there, or at very least grab some memorabilia from the sellers outside. So we'll see. I'm really hoping. I really hope this sees VGK. That's for sure.
All right, so now let's shoot over to the NBA real quick.
Yep.
I have to defend Mr. LeBron James for a second. I know, and he's in a no-win situation right now, as it comes to fans and critics.
Yeah.
Because it's like this: if the Celtics beat the Cavaliers, they're gonna be like, "Oh, LeBron James got beat by a team without Kyrie or Gordon Hayward, just a bunch of role players." But if LeBron James wins, oh, He beat the Celtics without Kyrie and Gordon Hayward. There was just a bunch of role
players. Here's my thought about LeBron James. And I told you I used to be a real big fan of LeBron until that last playoff series against the Spurs, where he basically gave up on his team. It was because it was a lot different of a give up versus when he was in Cleveland the last year before he went to Miami, when he was basically outmanned, outgunned, outcoached, outplayed. You know,
he had Antoine Jameson and fucking
Larry Hughes, nigga. That was the squad. That was the big three: Antoine Jameson and Larry Hughes, and a limping Shaq. That's right, limping Shaq. But let's be honest for a second. This Cavaliers team didn't even have a chance to mesh. This was thrown together halfway through the middle of the season. The Cavs team that we have now, with Clarkson and Hood and the niggas that got traded, Antizizic and all them niggas, they haven't even had time to mesh as a team and to meet the lofty expectations that LeBron James has. Anybody with their right mind should have known that this wasn't going to work. As far as once they came across a real fucking team, that this wasn't going to work. Because keep in mind, Gordon Hayward was out at the beginning of the year, and Boston was still the best team in the NBA.
But we have to keep in mind. We have to keep in mind that LeBron, they're not done yet.
Of course not. Of course not.
And would you really put it past LeBron to carry his team past his Celtics team? Betting against Tom Brady.
This would be the biggest choke job since 28-3 if that were to happen.
And with the way the Celtics looked in that last game, it looks like there's pieces of that could happen. They lost by fucking 30, almost 40 points.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know though. See, here's the thing, right? The Celtics can't win on the road for some reason. That's why Philly took them this fucking. That's why Philly took advantage of them for the most part. They were able to steal that one. They won. They beat down Boston in Game 3. No, Game 4. They stole the one in Game 3. Boston stole the one in Game 3 because they shouldn't have won Game 3. And then the Boston, when they went back home, won it against Philly. Boston has had a hard time winning on the road. This isn't a secret. So I really fully expect them not to win Game 4.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
All right. So like I was saying, I fully expect them not to win Game 3. I fully expect them to also to lose Game 4. And who knows? I think this might go 7. I think the Rockets Warriors series is going to go 6. I think Golden State's going to win this next one. Houston's going to win the one in Houston. And the Warriors are going to win the one back in Oakland in Game 6. I think that's exactly how it goes. So I think in order for the Celtics to win, the LeBron to win, it's got to go to 7. They're not going to do it in 6 because they're going to have to steal one in Boston in Game 7. They're not going to beat Boston at home in Game 5, especially if they tie up the series. Boston's really going to stick it to them. And can you imagine? Like I said, this would be the greatest choke job. Next to the time that the Mavericks were up 3-2, and then 3-0, and Golden State came back and won 4-3, and when they were the 8th seed.
It was 3-1. It was 3-1.
Well, 3-1. Either way, yeah, they blew a 3-1 lead.
Anyway. You really can't, and I'm going to give LeBron the benefit of the doubt here. You really can't count him out, even though it's not likely. But if anybody can pull his team through it, it's him.
But here's the other thing about it: LeBron can't. For the Cavaliers to win, LeBron cannot be the best player on the floor. That's literally what it is. If he is, and he's dropping 40 in a triple double, they're losing by 30. We've seen it.
Yeah, I know. Kevin Love needs to step up, and J.R. Smith actually needs to hit shots.
And he's streaky. I mean, too streaky because when he can drop 8 on a 3-pointer, but then fuck around and lose and go for 0 for 16.
Yeah.
So they need to find somebody else. And I was hoping that Rodney Hood would beat that dude.
Yes, he's any power on and do what he got to do.
I know. It's too bad LeBron James hates Rodney Hood because he would have been a decent person, but they fucked that up. So, thoughts on the Rockets Warriors game before we head out?
I believe that series is going to go 7. Stephon Curry last night seemed to have found his groove yesterday.
Yeah.
With his 35-point just blowout that they had against Houston.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the Warriors, you expect that kind of thing to happen. Because let's face it, Houston still doesn't play defense.
No, because not with Mike D'Antoni as your coach, they don't play defense.
No, because if you can outshoot Houston, you're going to beat them.
And remember that time when Chris Paul was the NBA Defensive Player of the Year?
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard on Chris Paul to play defense when he's playing against everybody else on the other team, and nobody else is playing defense. For some reason, it seems to me for some reason he's like the only person on the defensive side of the court, while everybody else is sitting behind the 3-point line on the other side of the court. I don't know.
Sometimes I wish that you could do on-the-fly lineup changes in basketball, right? Because then on offense they'd be the Rockets, and then on defense they'd be the 1990 Detroit Pistons, and then just
have NHL line changes in the middle of a basketball game while they're running down the court.
Exactly.
Do you know how dominant a player like LeBron James or James Harden would be if players are running off the court? Especially LeBron James, because it only takes him 5 strides to get across the court.
Oh, God.
He was just dunk on nobody. There'd be nobody there.
Now you're going to give this nigga LeBron an idea to go to motherfucking Houston next year on a minimum contract. Thanks a lot, Phil. Appreciate it.
And he would be their best defensive player.
I'm going to teach you guys how to play defense. Oh, that's how you do it. Oh, I still can't do it.
James Harden, hey, they only pay me to shoot.
Exactly.
They only pay me to travel and shoot.
And 8 rebounds.
But tomorrow, 5:30 a.m., hopefully we can do Pick Up the Sticks, do a little gaming talk tomorrow.
Oh, yes, because I got a lot to talk about. We got some games coming out, official dates and stuff we got to go over. And then, of course, the new stuff that's coming out on sale for PS4 and Xbox One. So 5:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, Pick Up the Sticks. Yes, sir.
I am Big Sin. That is Hollywood J Black.
Now get your ass to work.
Huh?
To get your ass to work, nigga.
We are Sinful Black Entertainment. We will see you tomorrow morning. Y'all have a good day. Deuces.
Deuces.